Welcome, fellas and ladies, because I understand there's quite a few ladies watching the show now. First one, this title question by Bald Brother. What's up, Bald Brother? You are definitely one of my bald brothers. First off, I hope I spelled her name correctly. If not, no disrespect intended. Whose name? Oh well. I was listening to your female conversation videos and had a question. I was successful in using your online dating lessons, and now I'm in a relationship with a beautiful woman. This sounds familiar. I think I've already done this. Problem is that I have been having these self-confidence issues that I'm afraid are going to cost me. Yeah, we did. I think we already talked about your problem here, Bald Brother. I didn't know you were a brother too. My insecurities keep creeping back up. Yeah, you're the guy that used my online dating product. You got a woman, and now you're worried about her going off and stuff like that. And I believe Jovina and I did do a show on it. Yours was the relationship question one. Okay, I know of the confidence kicker program for players, but what can those of us in relationships do to prevent self-destruction? A confidence kicker, because it's not for players. It wasn't even designed originally. The material I'm using wasn't even designed for players. It was designed for people who had low self-esteem to be able to exert themselves in their lives and in business and stuff like that. Okay. Excuse me. All right. Next fellow, Shaquan. I'm 17. I already know how to be a player, like watching your videos. I don't really know how to use girls for money. Well, that's not the purpose of this channel. I teach the player level. Don't touch the higher level. You go to Tariq Nasheed's channel for that. He's much better at it than I am. Okay, I'm stagnating on POF. After watching the video you put up by where Mad Russian was saying online dating is easy, I was bothered by it. This is the Zen Thug. It's only easy for him because he's white. Yeah? Yeah, it is. Don't worry about it. Black guys would have it harder if they, yeah, we're the least desired race, according to a recent poll. Don't sweat it. It's just the way it is. I don't trip on it. I just keep stepping. I've heard stuff like that all my life. I don't step on it. I mean, I don't absorb it and let it bring me down. Don't let it bring you down, brother. It is what it is. Plus, you're hunting. Remember, you're hunting white women. Okay? If you're hunting your own race, it wouldn't be that much of a problem. With the girl I met off POF, things seemed to go great until I told her, let's meet up for coffee. Then she said she was busy. It wasn't like I was texting her several times a day. I only spoke to her every few days. Yeah, don't put your hat into one egg. Okay? Make sure you work with a lot of different girls when you're doing online dating. So you don't end up putting all your hopes like one brother did. He put all his hopes up into one girl. And that just backfired on him. Because she ended up being married. He was doing online dating. He was, hunting in the streets. She returned eye contact. And why is there somebody sent me a photo of themselves? What is this? Freya, odd question. Supreme, I got a strange question regarding the size. Male, a roller size? Really? I have pretty small, well, women have big ones. You don't want ones like women, they're brother. I'm not gonna go back and look at that picture. I can't tell you about the size of the dark circle around your nipple. You guys think of the weirdest stuff. That's why I want to running from this community sometimes. All right. Sacramento, A player. What's up, homie? I was thinking a good idea of showing guys your work in action, but through one of us. What I mean by that is that it would be cool to have a guy or two that's been following your teachings, take a trip out to Sacramento, yes. You're talking about my future boot camps. Like if I do one here in my town or if I do one outside of town. That's what you're talking about, which I already have planned. I was going to do them this summer, but Jovina's not ready to travel yet. She can't make over job because she'd have to quit her job. And if I'm going to spend my time coaching people, I'm definitely going to run it as a boot camp. So yeah, I'm already into that, brother. If you want to be the first student, let me know. Let's see, that's been solved. Creepy and guys who start in the game early. Okay, the Poke Master. Poke Master, you're 17. You worry about a lot of stuff. I've never seen a young man like you worry about so much. What up, player? How's things? There are some more things I'm curious about. First off, do you think that guys who start playing girls early in their teens have an advantage over guys who do it later? Yes, they do, because they have a lot of time and experience. See, you didn't have to worry about that question, okay? That's not something you should have even worried about. And secondly, what about that whole creepy thing? I saw the video of a millionaire Dave who freaked out the girl. I don't think you have to worry about that, brother. Well, when you start thinking too much, that makes you creepy. Because when you turn your thoughts inwards instead of outwards, that makes guys creepy. They don't realize that. Their vibe gets creepy. Okay? I'm glad you guys watched that video of Creepy Dave. And you guys agreed that was pretty creepy. You just saw him. It just came out of his skin. While you saw him with other people. All right. Oh, God. Hey, Supreme, I'm 18 years old and I lost my virginity to my starter hoe who was also a virgin. We've only had sex once and I've recently started going down on her to loosen her up more. But the problem is when I get her juiced up after going down on her, I can't get a boner. Have her give you head. Solve that problem right there. Okay, that's been solved. Thank you. Hey, Supreme. You made my day. I just can't thank you enough for the video response. I feel very motivated at the moment and have a real sense of direction now. This is Anthony. Okay, yes, great. Thank you, Anthony. I was wondering if you would like to talk on Skype at some point to discuss a few things. I feel like I have a lot of potential for the internet market crowd. I have never considered it. I would just like to know what you would do in my position. I can get 30 tracks done for a package in about a month. Okay, good. I will send you my Skype, which is player_supreme, and add me, player_supreme. And I'll tell you what that guy did. You basically go to the Warrior Forum and you do what's called a WSO, put out WSO, and you want to put some samples of it, have some short little samples of maybe 10 seconds or something like that. Or, yeah, because if you give it longer, they want things to be about 30 seconds to a couple of minutes. So if you have too much, they'll just steal it. Okay. Next one, self-improved. Hey, player, I just watched your videos about you saying that the game has to be in you, not on you. I just wanted to ask you, how did you improve yourself? Was it like a trial and error thing? Chicken to rice, I'm a bookworm, and I read a lot of books. Even in my 30s, while I was getting women left and right, I was still reading books on improving myself. I'm a bookworm. You know, like there are nerds, I'm a guy that likes to read books. I can't even exist without reading a book of some type. This is an old book by Thuron Dumont. You can find the copy of this one on the internet. I got this some time ago. This store is not even open anymore, East West Bookstore. And I like to read through it again and again. For example, we must make our nervous system our ally instead of our enemy. Really good words in that one. You can find this one online. Look for Thuron, Theron, Q Dumont, fellas. He also has one on magnetism that I use. Okay. Let's see, what do we have next? It took me a long time to get to the point where I was, and I was still developing in my 40s. Either 39 or 40, somewhere in there, I dropped all fear of really beautiful women. It was like no big deal. Before that, I still had some minor stuff that was going on. Um, in my early 30s, late 20s, early 30s, I dated some really smoking hot women that white guys would call smoking hot. They're women. They're aerobic instructors and dancers and stuff like that. Drop dead gorgeous types, as the Caucasian community say. So, but I was still fascinated that, wow, it's only because I was a dance teacher. I was teaching fitness and stuff like that. It wasn't because of my game. And I was amazed by that. Then I started hitting the clubs and I started growing in my game. I started feeding my self-confidence, but I used my dance to bring them in. And I would attract girls who had been dancers in their childhood, but now they're adults. They grew out of the whole dance fetish thing, and they decided, okay, they go either two ways: follow the dance path or go off into real life. And many of them had went off into real life. They may not have been good enough or whatever. They might have been good enough, I don't know, but they had danced as a kid, so they were these beautiful adult women that loved to dance, and they were going to nightclubs. They're really popular in the 80s and stuff like that, and early 90s. And I was a good dancer, so that attracted them. Okay, as my knees began to wear down, I had to develop actual game. So I went through a series of steps, progression in my development. As I needed something, I would develop it, and it took time. Trial and error, you can call it trial and error also, definitely. Okay, let's see. Girls with no mom. I hear you talk about girls with no dads, but what about girls with no moms? I'm not familiar with too many girls with no moms, unfortunately. I did know a couple girls that did not like their mothers, get not along with their mothers. They didn't get along. But I'm not familiar with girls that did not actually have mothers. I'm trying to recall. I think it was one, hers died when she was young, but she was adjusted. I did know one girl or a couple girls that were raised by their dads, and badly, because of a breakup, and their moms were like drug addicts. I remember that. It was a black girl, in fact. One of them was. But I don't have any experience in that area. Sorry, bro. Let's see, what else is next? That's it. Okay, we're done. So that's our mail for the last couple of days. I don't recall the last time I did an actual show on the mail. I've been busy again. And I'm going to be busy real soon. I'll be going on vacation real soon and stuff like that. I'll be leaving town on the 17th. First stop is Arizona. Then I think I want to float around to Taos, New Mexico. I have a metaphysical guy that I like to follow, and he lives in Taos. He'd be someone I would like to meet in my life. Google him. He's Stuart Wilde. And maybe I'll float down there. My son Christopher, he's moving back to California, so no reason to go to Texas now. Except I wanted to look at property, but it was down where he was living. So I guess I'll stay with the property that's in Arizona, because that's where I really want to settle down to, because it's hot out there, and I need the hot air. I need the dry heat versus the damp heat that's out here. Not good for a brother's lungs. I've got lung issues. There's something that black Americans get called sarcoidosis, and from exposure to bad elements, we develop this stuff, and I developed it last year. That's why I couldn't work out for a year. I couldn't walk from my truck to a fucking store without being out of breath, and I thought I was dying. I almost did die on my birthday last year. In fact, I was that close, right over the edge. Hospital, next step would have been an ambulance, but somehow, like my ex-wife said, you just keep living. Like my dad, he just keeps living. He seems to survive all the catastrophes. So I must have that gene in me also. Peace, brothers.